Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than the meta. I'm going to go ahead and show you basically defense and how to stop one of the most annoying plays in the game, which is mesh spot. This is a quick snapper's a great play. It's a very difficult play to stop, and I'm going to show you an easy defensive setup and some adjustments that I actually do. If you guys are looking for ways to be a little bit better on offense, I basically have 4 different playbooks that I've broken down. I've got ebooks written up and a bunch of gameplay. I have the Arizona Cardinals and the Browns. I've got the Eagles, also a quick little mini scheme out of the Jets, and then I've actually broken down the spread in great detail. And another breakdown I've got is the spread offense. So if you guys are looking for fairly cheap playbooks or to basically be better on offense, you can go and take a look at that. And these are universal concepts that you can carry from one game to the next. So if you master these concepts, you'll be great at the game. So let's go and jump into this gameplay. Once again, I'm using 49ers on defense, running against a Chiefs user. So usually if you run into a Chiefs user, it's 2 different things. Someone that's not really good at the game and are just using the Chiefs. The other thing is it could be someone that's really good at the game and is using the Chiefs because they win. So I'm setting up my audibles right now, and I want to show you basically the key audible to this offense essentially is cover 3 hard flats or defense. I like using cover 6 out of the huddle, but anytime I see gun tight formations, when I see basically a gun tight, I'm thinking I'm going to jump into cover 3 hard flats, primarily because I'm expecting mesh. So basically mesh is you're going to have the guy go like this, you got a streak, and then you've got a spot route that'll stick down, and then a wheel route which can hit you. So a lot of times what happens is people are looking for these route combinations, and they're going to try to hit you with a big play with the running back route. So you're going to see this guy came in. Immediately you started using mesh against me, and what I like to do is I like to use hard flats. So I've got this guy coming down as a hard flat. I've got this guy coming down as a hard flat. He's a deep third. And this is my responsibility. It's supposed to be a deep third, but what I do is I put him into a hook zone, and I keep this guy in the box, but I take this guy who's in a hook zone and put him into a deep third. So that's how I set my defense up, and then I'm basically just going to use this area right here, and I'll float away if there's not any passing threats to the strong side of the field. So once again, set the defense up. You saw the play art, and I'm just kind of like playing in the box. You can see he's got this crossing route coming back in the backside with this hard flat right here. But what happens is this guy's going to stick, and he's got the wheel route that's going to come up to my deep third. So he's rolling out, but he doesn't have anywhere to go with it. He actually throws right to my defender, and fortunately for him, he does not get an interception in that type of situation. Mesh spot. This guy's going to come after me with mesh spot the entire time in this series. He blends in, I think, basically a couple running plays, but all I'm really doing is I'm just setting up the play art to look just like a cover 3 hard shell. You can see basically these guys are all blocked up. I'm over here to contain. He's got a guy that should get my defender should be a free release. He runs in my defender and actually falls forward for a couple yards. Should have been maybe a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 based on those run fits. So back again at the tight Y off gun. And I'm thinking mesh. I'm always thinking mesh is one of those plays. Let's see if I can get to the play art here with this. I decided here to go with basically this is a bad defense. This should be basically seam flats. I called this play wrong. I actually was going into that. I'm going to try to send a blitz after this guy, and he stays in mesh spot and dots me up underneath. That's why you want to have that hard flat out there and play in the box. So I actually decided to come after a blitz. I was labbing, and I was using some blitzes and getting the CPU off kilter. So I try to use it in game, and sometimes it doesn't work out as well as it does when you're actually playing on that. So right here, it catches me off guard. I wasn't on my right defender, but he actually does a little inside zone. Then huddles. Once again, I need to set the defense up correctly. I'm on the wrong corner right here. And let's see if I get the play art out. So you can see I got this guy into a deep third. I got a deep third over here. I got myself a hard flat over here, and this guy's coming down. It's a hard flat, and I've got a deep third over the middle. And here's my hook zone, and I'm playing this box right here. This is where I'm playing. I'm playing in the numbers, And if I get more action off on this side, I'll float over and carry. So let's go ahead and watch this. He goes with an inside zone. Anytime you get a cover 3 shell, you only have a few guys that are not attacking the box. He's able to go ahead and basically ping pong off of some of my defenders and actually go ahead and get a couple more yards. But that was challenging to run. You're not going to win games running the ball like that. Back to mesh spot again. Right here, you can see that this guy's carrying right into this defender right here. The wheel route is actually getting covered up by this defender right here. And this streak is actually getting covered up right here. And this guy is actually covering right here. So I'm just floating over to the route, and you can see this guy kind of shades off and gives him a little window right there. If I would have just stuck with my defender right there, he probably would have basically froze a little bit, and I might have got a coverage sack against him. So I think what he did is he no-huddled again. I'm going to go ahead and set this up real quick. So once again, I'm basically setting it up, and you can see my defender come out there and play that correctly. So that was, once again, cover 3 hard flats. It's just a base play to run, and all you do is just take your middle linebacker and put him up into a deep third, and then you play your other guy down. So let's see if we change this up here. Let's see if I go with the cover 6 adjustment, and I think I do. Okay, so this is cover 6 adjustment. So what I'm going to do is man up the slot receiver right here. I'm going to man this guy up right here. So if he goes vertical, that's matched. What I have to do is I have to protect this back flat with this cover 3 assignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take this guy, put him into flat, and this guy carries over. He's going to get covered up by that flat zone. Now I've got basically 5 defenders playing over here for this concept right here, where he's got basically just an underneath route, and then he's got his little stick, and he's got his wheel. So that it's really got 5 defenders actually taking away those routes, and I've got a 6th one because I've got a trailing defender. So you can see right here, this is all bottled up. There's really nowhere for him to go. Everybody's in a position. He actually tries to check it down. He does throw in between 3 defenders, but because he doesn't really have an elite wide receiver, I'm able to go ahead and bottle it up, and he basically got smashed down with that. Now, the only thing I don't like about this cover 6 adjustment with mesh is that it is a harder adjustment to do. So if people just quickly audible into mesh, you might get yourself out of position, because it's 3 different sets, whereas using basically the hard flats, it's basically 1 adjustment. So that's the advantage of using hard flats as an adjustment. So now he actually jumps into a play I haven't seen the entire game, because he's been spamming mesh play. And usually when I don't know what I'm going to do against an opponent, I'll just run basic like cover 6 defenses, cover 9, or run cover 4 palms if I'm not sure exactly what my opponent's doing. So he bunches up. He's got he's got an underneath route, he's got an over route, and then he's got like one of those funny little wheel routes. But if you take a look at the defensive assignments, basically this thing's bottled up. He tries to throw it over the top my one defender, and as a result, he pushes it, gets himself a 4th and 10 situation. He settles for 3 points. I didn't think he'd kick it. I thought he would go for it, just basically on his temperament and the way how he's running his stuff. So that was very surprising. So once again, I'm just going to play hard flats. Once I put this guy into a deep third, I've got my third over here, and I got my third over here. Got my hard flat, really simple stuff to set up. And I got my little hook zone to take away this route. And I'm going to play in the box, and I'll carry over if most of the wide receivers are off to the left. And then sometimes what I'll do is QB contain, but you can see I think he's not anticipating throws. If he would have threw the mesh concepts early and actually try to throw underneath the coverage, he'd get things off. But you can see that actually he's struggling with this. So right here, I think what he did is he makes an adjustment with this particular play. So run the same defense, and I think he's got this guy on a streak route. So the one defender actually kind of freezes. I think he's doing the mesh concept, but I've got a route right here. He throws it. He probably want to wait a little bit longer, but Ward played that perfectly. and as a result, I'm able to get an interception against him because he tried to challenge me with a deep streak. So that's what I love about that cover 3 defense. It's just really a solid defense, and he got out of that offense. He was done with that tight formation after that. So if, this guy, I think when he rolled into my game, he's winning 80% of his games, and then this is where he takes his first L. In this type of situation. So I'm going to go into cover 4 palms. I'm going to roll these guys down, and my responsibility is to man up this guy, or basically match this guy. Usually if I've got an empty set like this, I'm just going to go ahead and see. I actually hits a little out route. I think he's running these play stocks. So that's just an Ohio concept, an out and a streak. So I go to this play once again, basically palms. And a lot of times what I like to do is, if he does a smash concept, where he's got like a smash like this and a hook, this will get toasted over the top with that particular play. So what I like to do is I'd like to take this defender and put him into a deep third, and the outside defender put him in a deep third with palms, so he doesn't get a smash concept to do that. Now, not a lot of players use smash. I come down and bite to this route right here, and I think he goes back to the opposite side. He checks it down. You can see right there, my defender's right there. Get him in a 3rd and 1 situation. A very doable, basically down and distance to get a first down. So let's see what I do right here. So I put a vert hook over here, which really was the right decision based on what he does after this. But I just want to kind of bunch this up to take away any kind of a concept. And I'm just going to stick right here on this guy. And if you want to go vertical, because these deep quarters will take away those vertical routes. So that's why I put a hook zone out there. And it was really the wrong adjustment based on what he chose to do on offense. What he chose to do is basically do, basically kind of a mesh concept. And then I think he's got 2 streaks going up. So he hits with mesh. If I would have took this defender, instead of putting him in a vert hook, put him into a flat, that would have basically covered up any kind of a hook route right there. But also would have done, it would have took away this underneath route that he checks down and actually picks up a first down. So that was a good decision by him. Just a bad adjustment by me, but it's a lot of numbers more than anything else. Sometimes you make decisions that are not always going to be the best. So right here I go ahead and press his guys. I want to kind of show press, but what I'm concerned about is actually the high, a deep throw. So I'm going to put this guy into a deep third, put this guy in deep third, and then I'm going to pass commit with my adjustments. So he can't get over the top of me. Going to play in the box. I'm going to go QB contain. So these are quick adjustments right here. He goes with a stick route, and I'm feeling like he's going to try to go ahead and hit this guy over the top. So I carry above, trying to get into the passing lane. He checks it down underneath. He gets himself a nice little completion right there to get a 9-yard gainer. No huddles once again. So I'm going to go ahead and motion up, and now I go ahead and try to hit him with a blitz. And the blitz is set up. I've got a guy right here that should be coming off the edge. So basically his guys actually pick things up, and I get myself out of position. You can see I'm out of position. He hits me a little crossing, a little underneath route. You get a first down. So that's just kind of a bad decision right there with the blitz. But sometimes you just have to mix things up, make people make very fast reads. So now he goes back to it again. He's got this little costume route. I'm going off the backside, and he actually hits me with a deep post on the inside. And my defender actually undercuts it. Just a bad user by him. He should have probably hit that. But I'm able to go ahead and get an interception right there, and I think the guy actually quit out after that. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. If you do like these gameplay tips, make sure you hit the like button. I'm probably going to be working on some more defensive tips for you guys, but I'm telling you, if you're struggling in defense, you might want to consider match. I'll probably going to go ahead and write up a nickel over ebook, a little bit more comprehensive detailing exactly what my thought process is and what I'm trying to defend when I'm using my nickel defense. So once again, thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.